All right. I think things are working. I think I got my microphone working this time around. If you can hear me, just say hi in the chat and let me know if the microphone's working because I've been having a little issues with it. But I think we are good to go for tonight. Welcome, everybody. It is Thursday night, and it's the beginning of March. And that means if you've been following me on my social medias, thanks, Danny. Thank you. You can hear me? Perfect. It's the beginning of March, and so therefore I am kicking off Marvelous March, which I'm going to be playing a whole bunch of Marvel games. One of them I'm probably going to play a lot of. Just spoiler. I do enjoy this game, so I'm probably going to play a lot of Marvel Champions, which I have a bunch of new products that I'm just eagerly waiting to get to here for tonight. And I think I've also got in the works in the pipeline, I'm going to play a little bit of Marvel United, another Marvel game that I'm really enjoying. And I'm maybe also playing some Marvel Dice Throne, which could also be in the works here. And then there's also some unmatched sets that contain Marvel characters that I also really, really enjoy. So I have no shortage of Marvel-themed things that I can play for Marvelous March and showcase off here on the channel. So I've been itching to get back at Marvel. I've been playing a whole lot of other things lately, and I don't know why that I choose to play them over this one because I really, really do enjoy Marvel. It's been a hot minute since last time I actually ever played a game, so I am kind of itching. I'm also kind of scared too because I might have some rule goofs or whatnot, but hey, here we are. I'm going to be playing Marvel Champions. I am going to be playing through the Mojo Mania scenario pack. I'm going to maybe try to get through. Well, I'm going to get through at least one scenario, depending on how long it takes me. I might do two scenarios, but you never know. Or maybe if I lose fast enough, maybe we'll do two of them. And so I'm going to take on Mojo Mania, and the very first little kind of the baddie guy in Mojo Mania is this guy named MaGog. He's a pretty big brute-looking guy. Actually, that's his trait here. He's a brute and something like that. So we're going to be taking on him. And who am I going to be using? Well, a couple packs that just came in last week. Really, really hoping to get to them. And here I am tonight. We got the Gambit and Rogue hero packs that I just cracked open just not too long ago. Looking through the cards, seeing what they have to offer. So, yes, I'm going to be playing Gambit and Rogue. I'm going to be doing it solo, two-handed here tonight. Trying to figure out. And I did not do any deck building with these. I am actually just playing with the pre-constructed decks that came straight in these packs and just kind of seeing how do they play. What's kind of going on with them, and we're going to take on this scenario for Mojo Mania. Now you'll also notice maybe too that I've got this very lovely brand new Marvel Champions themed playmat that Game Genic just kind of released, and I picked up a copy, and I left it to Twitter to help me pick out which color. They come in orange, that Marvel Champions blue, and this black. And you know what? Seeing the black up close, there's no comparison to the different. The black really makes these cards really pop off the mat. My only complaint, though, for these mats is that I wish this Marvel was not right dead center in the middle of the mat. Maybe it was like off to the corner or off to the side or even centered up at the top there. Kind of just leaving this as well. But you know what? It is what it is. That's where we're going to have some MaGog cards kind of in play. And you'll notice that I don't typically use the standard like health counters and stuff like that. I am a card player at heart, so I have all these little dices that I like to use to track all of my different things here, which are I use red die to track health. I use these yellow dies with black pips that really, really stand out. I use those for my threat counters, and then I use these kind of like silverish, these kind of like, I don't know, they kind of got some, like, I don't know, you can kind of see the marbled texture ones, and I use these ones for my counters if I need to do any keeping track of any counters of whatnot. So I like to use those. I don't really have anything else upgraded for Marvel Champions. I don't have any of the fancy token sets or the fancy token boards or anything like that. I do really enjoy the game, but hey, that's the way it is. So I like to use the dice to track here. So we're looking here. We're starting with Gambit on his alter ego side, Remy LeBeau. Let's take a look here. He's a mutant thief, and he's got an ability on his alter ego side here, Thief Extraordinaire. As an action, thwart, exhaust Remy LeBeau, and look at the top 2 cards of the encounter deck. Discard one of those cards. Remove threat from a scheme equal to the number of boost icons on that card. That's actually a really fun ability to be on your alter ego side. He's got a hand size of 6 cards, and he's got a hit points of 9 that you see that I've got set here. And of course, on his hero side, he is the Raging Cajun himself, Gambit. 1 thwart, 2 attack, 3 defense. He's got his ability, Charge the Card. Action, place 1 charge counter here, limit once per round. And then I get to throw the card. As an interrupt, when you play an attack event, I can remove up to 3 charge counters from here, and that event deals 1 extra damage for each counter removed. So he can thwart on his alter ego side, and he can deal some damage on his hero side. And of course, his counterpart, his partner in crime that we love, oh so love dearly, Anna Marie, And we grab her. She gets a set. She has a setup ability that set your touched upgrade aside, which I do have right over here. And she's got the ability here, withdrawn, forced response. After you change to this form, set touched aside. And then, of course, she has her hero side of Rogue, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 2 defense. Awesome stat line. Amazing stat line. And she's got the ability Skin Contact, action, attach touched to another character. You gain each of the attached character's traits until the end of the round. And as a forced response, after player's phase begins, I have to find touched and set it aside. So let's take a look at touched for a second here, because it's an upgrade. And we are going to, if touched is attached to so you get to attach it to somebody in play. If it's a minion, Rogue's attacks gain overkill. If it's a villain, Rogue gains retaliate 1. If it's an ally, Rogue gains the aerial trait. And if it's attached to a hero, like good old Remy here or Gambit, I guess it would have to be Gambit because it has to be a hero, Rogue gains stalwart, which means she can't be confused and she can't be stunned. So it's actually kind of a fun little card that I'll just keep off to the side here, that it's kind of just ready in play here. Okay. Now, let's take a look at this scenario here that Mojo Mania has to offer for us. And I'm just going to kind of read. I'm going to read the little blurb here. It says, Scenario 1, MaGog. The story so far. You are sleeping soundly in your bed when the sound of a roaring crowd jolts you awake. You open your eyes to find yourself not in your bed, but in the center of a giant arena. Instead of seats with cheering fans, the arena is filled with electronic screens showing the digital faces of beings from across the galaxy. One giant yellow face on a massive screen looms larger than the rest. Welcome, all, one and all, to the Mojo-seum, the giant face bellows. I, Mojo the Magnificent, proudly present the greatest fight in the history of the Mojo-verse. Tonight's fight pits a scrappy bunch of challengers from a tiny, insignificant planet called Earth against your 99-time defending champion, the mighty MaGog. Can these plucky upstarts pull off an upset, or will they be ground into paste like the previous 99 challengers? Stay tuned and find out. And so, yes, MaGog is a pretty interesting scenario. We are going to be beating up and dealing damage to MaGog, but that is not how we actually win the scenario. We don't win the scenario by actually dealing enough damage to defeat MaGog. No, no, no. We actually have this fun little this main scheme that's in play here. And it says, I'm just looking here. Yeah. Teleported into a bizarre arena, you must fight for the audience's entertainment and your lives. The players cannot win the great game unless they wow the crowd as the challengers. Forced to interrupt when this scheme would be completed, place 2 per player rating counters on the champion and remove all threat from here instead. So we don't lose the game by having enough threat on this one. Rather, there's these 2 cards here. There's the Champions card and there is the Challengers card. And of course, the Champion, this is MaGog here. And if counters are going to get placed on this, right now the crowd's booing. They don't know who to cheer for yet. And so they're going to be booing. And if there's at least 5 per player rating counters, so in this case 10 counters here, I'm going to flip this environment over, which then, hey, the crowd is cheering now for MaGog here, and if there's at least 10 per player ratings counters here, then MaGog will win and the players will lose. On the flip side, we're going to try to get counters on the Challengers card. So again, we're going to have 5. We're going to have 10 counters here to flip this over from the booing crowd into the cheering crowd. And then here, it says tag. There's a little bit of a thing that happens when this flips over. But we will win the game once it's on the Challengers mode here, and we get 20, in this case 10 per player, rating counters here. And there's not only just beating up MaGog will actually get us rating counters. There's actually some other things in the game here that will give us some rating counters as well. So I think we're all kind of ready and set and ready to go here. I don't know. Does anybody have any observations or questions here so far? I'm just going to give this encounter deck one last shuffle. I don't have my cards sleeved tonight. I've been having a little problem with the lighting here. And when I have my cards sleeved, they bounces back a really, really bad glare off of them, making the cards almost pretty much unreadable. So I've unsleeved my cards, which is a really, really weird feeling to be playing this game without my sleeves. But c'est la vie. It'll be what it is. Okay. I'll put those there. Maybe just slightly a little bit down. Just to kind of give it like that. So MaGog's got 10 hit points per player, so he's set at 20 hit points. There are 2. Maybe does that look better? Put the die on the card or the die beside the card. I'll let folks decide which one looks actually which one looks better. Maybe I'll put it on this side. Not exactly 100% sure which way to do it, but I'll just maybe put it right there. And yeah, I think we're ready to go here. Let's just give this extra one, just a quick little extra shuffle here. And again, these are the pre-constructed decks that come right in the Gambit and Rogue Hero packs. So no alterations, no additions to them, just exactly what you see, what you get kind of playthrough here. Oh, I guess I should also mention too, I should mention how I set up the encounter deck, because there is the Mojo Mania comes with a whole bunch of different encounter sets, which are all kind of like loosely based on TV themes. And so the one that we got tonight here and shuffled into this one is the sitcoms. Right? So there's going to be some sort of sitcom-y thing going on here. And then there's also one card that's part of the campaign mode that there is a long shot ally card that is inside of this encounter deck as well. So he could possibly come and help us out. Make sure everything's all framed up nicely. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Let's see if Gambit and Rogue in these forms can take down MaGog. Let's go. Okay, so Remy. Oh, I guess I should determine who's going to be the first player here. Let's take this one and just kind of go. I don't need. Yeah, sure. Right now, there we go. Gambit, you can be our first player here. So we will draw a hand size of 6. 1, 4, 5, 6, and we'll see if we want to mulligan anything. So let's see what we got here. So he comes with a Justice little kit for his thing. So what do we got here? Okay, so we got operative skill. When you throw it, remove one. The throw it removes 1 additional. So okay. We got our deal resource in strength. We got hit and run. Hero action, deal 2 damage to an enemy, remove 2 threat from a scheme. Not bad for 3. Ooh, we got charged card. Deal 4 damage to an enemy for this attack. If Gambit's throw to card ability removes at least, okay, and then it gets a little extra. It gets ranged or piercing or overkill, depending on how many counters are being used. That's actually kind of nice, depending if he gets some status cards here. We got a Bishop ally. After the enemy attacks you, place 1 energy counter here. Bishop attacks, remove 1 energy counter from him. For each counter discarded this way, he gets +2 attack to a maximum of +6 attack. That's pretty darn neat. And then we've got Gambit's Guild Armor. It's a 1-cost upgrade. After Gambit defends against an attack and takes no damage, exhaust Gambit's Guild Armor and you get to ready him. Interesting. I don't know what I want. I know I'm going to want to keep. I'm going to keep charged card. I'm going to keep strength. That's always kind of nice to pay for some things right off the bat here. Hit and run, or even Bishop might be nice to kind of get out a little early. When Bishop attacks, remove an energy counter from him after an enemy attacks you. Okay. Interesting. Do I want to keep Bishop out? Guild Armor. That's actually a pretty neat upgrade. Hit and run could be also all right. It's kind of costly really early on. You know what? I'm going to discard these 3 and draw another 3 here for my opening hand here. We got Thieves Guild, another operative skill, and mutant education. This seems like if your identity has the mutant trait, choose up to 2 identity-specific cards in your discard pile and shuffle them into your deck. If X Mansion is played, draw 1 card. Okay. All right. So there's my opening hand for there. Let's get Rogue's hand here. She gets a hand card of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's see what she's got going on here. She's got X Gene. Ooh. Play only if your identity has the mutant trait. Max 1 per player. Resource exhaust X Gene generates a wild resource for an identity-specific event. That is really, really good to have. It's max 1 per player. So, okay, we'll keep 1. We drew a second one, which is, Southern Cross. Deals 6 damage to an enemy, and if Rogue has the aerial trait, this attack deals 2 additional damage. If she has Retaliate, stun the enemy. If she has Stalwart, draw 1 card. So, okay, so I'm thinking I'll probably keep that one as well. She comes with protection here. Let's take a look here. Southern Cross, good song. Exactly, Dan. Exactly, Dan. Thank you for coming into the chat tonight. Oh, my goodness, here. Let's take a look here. Interrupt. When you defend against an enemy attack, remove 1 judo counter from here. That enemy gets -2 attack for that turn. That's actually a nice upgrade as well. Oh, gosh, we got a second Southern Cross. which would be really lovely. But you know what? I don't think I need two. I don't think I need two of them in my hand. I know I do have my touched. That needs to stick around. Bulletproof Bell. Here, interrupt defense when an enemy with touched attached to it attacks. Prevent all damage from that attack and gain a tough status card. Wow. I am going to keep you around. Okay, I'm going to discard this other X gene. So one, this touched is actually not part of my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, a couple allies. All right. So there is Rogue's starting hand with touched somewhere. I'm just going to put it right there for right now. Oh, okay. I think I'm going to go. All right. You know, nothing like half an hour in, finally getting the gameplay going. That's just the way it is. I like to chit-chat, set things up, explain things how they're going. Let's take a look at what's going on with Gambit. I am going to want to play. The Thieves Guild. After you resolve the Thief Extraordinaire ability, which is on his alter ego side, exhaust the Thieves Guild, remove one threat from a scheme. If this removes the last threat from that scheme, you get to draw a card. Wow, 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 wow. That's actually pretty good. I know I do think I'm going to get this Gambit's Guild armor out. Yeah. Yes. So I'm not going to... I'm actually going to flip straight over into Gambit. I am going to place a charge counter on Gambit here. That's a little bit harder to see than I thought. I'm going to put a charge counter on him because I can charge the card. And I shall... Yeah, I think I'm going to start right off. I'm going to deal a little bit. I'm going to deal a little bit of damage. So I'm going to spend my strength card with the 2 resources. I'm going to spend that to play charged card. And charged card deals 4 damage to an enemy for this attack. And I can deal 5 damage if I remove this counter. And you know what? I think... I don't need to gain piercing. I don't need to... I'm just going to deal the 4 damage to MaGog right away. Just going to do it just like that. And that was that event. I'm just going to keep that. I'm going to charge these up a little bit. I am also thinking about putting into play Mutant Education. Oh. Ooh, I can play Mutant Education, get that charged card back, but I don't know if this is the right time to do that. So I think I'm just going to play when you thwart, remove 1 operative counter from here. That thwart removes 1 additional threat. That thwart removes 1. Yeah, that's actually pretty good too. Thieves Guild looks pretty good. Gambit's Guild armor, that looks pretty good. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to get that upgrade into play. So I'm actually going to discard operations skill, and I'm going to put in the Gambit's Guild armor into play. So that's the one where if I defend with Gambit and he takes no damage, I get to exhaust this and I get to ready Gambit back. And I am also going to then... Yeah, you know what? Putting the Thieves Guild into play actually probably wouldn't be that bad because I'm going to want to be... So I'm actually going to pay my Mutant Education. I'm going to put in the Thieves... I'm going to put Thieves Guild into play as well. Hopefully this doesn't all start encroaching. Both player areas are going to encroach a little bit because I wanted to have the camera a little bit closer to the table so that we can actually see what's going on here. I can also move things. I can also move things kind of like up as well if I need to. All right, Gambit's turn is done. So he's going to draw a hand size now of 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Put those down there. Let's see what we got. Oh gosh, splooshing cards all over the place here. Royal Flush, Stealth Strike, Mutant Education again, Breaking and Entering, and Mutant Education again. Alrighty. Okay, so now play passes on to Rogue, because I'm just trying to remember the flow of this game here. It's after all players have finished their turns. Then I get to go to do the... I don't get to draw. I don't draw my hand size. I don't draw my hand size until all players have taken their turn. Okay. That's right. Draw up to their hand size, ready each of their exhausted cards. That is right. So, all right. So I haven't actually done anything with Gambit yet, so I can actually attack or thwart. You know what? Let's just do a Gambit attack. I'm just gonna attack with him to I'll deal 2 damage. That's right. I'm trying to remember the flow of this game. It's been a hot minute. Since I've done this one. Okay, play passing on to Rogue here. Now, what did Rogue get here? She's got some good events here. Now, let's go with... I'm going to take her touched card, and let's attach, because I'm looking at Southern Cross here. Deal 6 damage. She has the aerial trait. How does she get an aerial trait? She needs to attach it to an ally. She doesn't have any allies in place. If she has retaliate, you get to stun the enemy. Well, okay, we're not there. And if she has stalwart, she gets to draw a card. Now, she gets stalwart by attaching touched to a hero. So why not do that? Let's go ahead and let's attach touched to Gambit. She's kind of using that one so that she now has stalwart. And you know what? I am going to flip straight over to Rogue for the turn. I guess I had to flip over to Rogue first, and then I can attach this as attach touch to another character. You gain the traits of that one. So I had to flip over to Rogue first, and then I attached touched to Gambit here. And welcome to the stream, Thomas. Board Games with Thomas. He says, hey there. Welcome. I'm playing a little bit of Marvel Champions, one of my favorite games that I haven't played in quite a while. So I'm trying to get back into the flow of things here. So she's there. Got that. And I'm thinking that I'm going to try to play down Southern Cross. I want to play down Southern Cross, but maybe there's some other things that I want to play down here first. Like this upgrade of generating a wild resource for an identity-specific event. That seems really good. So I am actually going to discard. I'm going to discard this ally. I'm going to play down X Gene. See, I think I'm already encroaching in my areas here. So I'm just going to kind of put them right there. And I'll have Rogue kind of going down this way. I'll play that so that I can generate a wild resource when playing identity-specific events like Southern Cross. So now I only need to discard 2 cards to get Southern Cross. And why not? Let's try. Let's do it. I'm going to discard these 2 cards and exhaust X Gene. So that's 3 resources. I can play Southern Cross here. And so Southern Cross is going to deal 6 damage to an enemy. And since she has stalwart, because touched is attached to the enemy, she gets to draw a card. So we'll draw the card here. And we are dealing 6 damage to the enemy. And so that's 4, 5, 6. Where's my 3? There it is. I'll put those off to the side. And yeah, so I got to draw my card. So MaGog's down to 8 health. And how's the game been going? I'm not super familiar with how it plays. I'm in my first turns. I took one turn with Gambit. I took one turn with Rogue here, and yeah, so far it's going okay. We're kind of getting things set up here. And do you know what? It says bulletproof bell. I got bulletproof bell here. It says when I get to defend, when an enemy with touch attached to it attacks, prevent all that damage and gain attack. So touched is not attached to an enemy. It's actually attached to them. So this is actually not going to be useful here. And hero interrupt. When you spend this card to play a defense card, I get to draw a card. Interesting. So I am actually not going to be playing. I'm not going to be playing these two. I'm not going to be playing these two cards this particular turn. So that's the end of Rogue's turn here. Oh, I guess Rogue can actually do something too. You know what? I'm going to actually use Rogue to thwart. I'm going to take away these two schemes off of the main scheme because I don't want that to get out of hand on us. All right. Now, that's the end of the player phase, so every player gets to ready their cards and gets to draw back up. So Rogue's got a hand size of 5. She's already got 2 cards in hand, so she'll draw a fresh 3 to get up to her hand size. And amazing, we got our double resource cards. And for Gambit, we'll ready back Gambit. And he gets a fresh hand size of 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, which I already know because I accidentally peeked at those beforehand. Okay. Now, it's the enemy's turn. It's MaGog's turn. First thing we do on the villain's side is that we get to place threat on the main scheme. And the main scheme here has this little upward arrow says +2 per player. +2 per player. Oh, wow. +2 per player. So that means there's going to be 4 threat on the main scheme. And if it ever gets to 6 per player, so in this case 12, if it ever gets to 12, it's going to activate, which means it's going to give the champion here, MaGog, it's going to give him a little bit of a boost. So we're going to try to keep that under wraps. Now it's the enemy. It's the enemy's turn. He gets to attack us. All right. So he's going to attack us. He's attacking us for 2. It says attack for 2. And it says there's a forced response on it. After MaGog attacks and damages a character, we get to place 1 rating counter on the champion. And that's how he's going to try to win the game. So we're going to try not to let that happen. Luckily, I got my Gambit's Guild armor here in play. So he's going to attack me. I am going to, you know what? I'm going to try to defend. If I take no damage here, after Gambit defends against an attack and takes no damage, I get to exhaust this, and I get to, so he can stand back up. So he's defending for 3. He's attacking for 2. As long as the boost card only reveals a 1 boost, I am okay here. Let's see, do I have any defense cards here? I don't have any extra defense. So we're hoping for a boost card of only 1. And yes, that little boost icon there down in the corner, that means he only gets a boost of 1. So MaGog is attacking for 3. I am defending for 3. I am taking no damage, which means I get to exhaust his armor. And ready Gambit. So it means I can still use Gambit. Usually that's a little bit of a pull in this game, whether or not if I want to. Because usually when you defend with your hero, he will not be able to activate. That was his action pretty much for the round, because he's not going to stand up again until the end of the player's phase. Okay, so Gambit's Guild armor has been activated. Thieves Guild is just going to stay in play there. Now MaGog is going to attack Rogue. I guess I can put down her cards, see if she has any defense cards here. And I don't think she has any... No, she does. Oh, she does have Bulletproof Bell, but that is not going to really help us at all. So he's going to attack her for 2. Oh, wait. Where's my... Did I take away her dice by accident? I think I did. I think I took away her dice. I took away her health dice. She should have 11 health. Ha 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 ha. He's going to attack her for 2, and I don't have anything for defense right now, so he's actually going to end up hitting her, which is not the greatest, because he's going to attack her for 2. Boost. Oh my gosh. 3 boost icons. He's going to attack her for 5. That is not great. Off the hop. Okay. Well. And now we get to do the bad card phase. If anybody's familiar with something like Arkham or anything like that, there's always got to be a bad card phase. So we each get dealt a face down bad thing card, and let's see the bad things that are going to end up happening to us. So we got a treachery card. It says, when revealed, we are in hero mode. So it says, MaGog attacks you. If a hero defends against this attack, it takes no damages. Place 2 rating counters on the challengers. Oh boy. Okay, so he's going to attack us again for 2. Now, getting rating counters on us, that's how we win the game. So I kind of actually want to do that. So let's try this again here. So I'm going to defend again. He's attacking us for 2. I'm defending for 3. Only 1 boost icon, only 1 boost icon, only 1 boost icon. Oh gosh, it's 2 boost icons this time. So we take 1 hit. And yes, that's it. If we took no damage, we get to place 2 rating counters. So we were not successful in taking no damage on that one, which, c'est la vie. I guess that's just the way that it goes. And then Rogue's bad person card is Advance. It says, the villain schemes. And so this is much in the same way. He's going to scheme for 1, and we're going to boost that for another 1. So he's going to scheme for 2, so another 2 threat get put on the scheme. So it's already halfway to activating. Of course it is. All right, now we're back to the player's turn. First player marker is going to pass. I guess we got to discard advance here. First player marker is going to pass to Rogue this time around, and it says at the beginning of the player's phase, I have to find touch. She gets her touched card back and sets it aside. I'll just kind of put it up here for right now. I think I know exactly what I'm going to do with it this turn, though, because I'm going to do my bulletproof thing here. So I'm going to take my touched card and I'm going to attach it to MaGog. So now it's attached to a villain. I'm going to gain retaliate, which means I'm going to deal 1 damage. It says retaliate 1. I'm going to deal 1 damage back after I take some damage. I have enough resources here to put down Karma. Let's read what Karma does here, because right now her stat line doesn't look very impressive, but she costs 4, which means it says after you play Karma from your hand, choose a non-elite minion. While Karma is in play, take control of that minion and treat it as a controlled ally with a blank text box. Its thwart is equal to its printed scheme and takes 2 consequential damage after it thwarts or attacks. Oh, well, that's not as big because I don't have any minions in play. So she is actually not that fantastic for us. So I actually got a pretty empty hand here for the time being because, I got these 2 in my hand that I want to do. These 2 are okay. And really, I just got this Karma card that's really kind of just, she could just kind of come in and, you know, chump block, but she's really not that useful right now because there isn't any minions in play. Oh my gosh, that's not fantastic. So what should I do here then? Huh. Well. I do want to hold on to these here and anything like that. I think that I will use Rogue once again to. I think I'll use Rogue once again to thwart. Take that down by 2 because I don't want any more. I don't want it to go up. And my gosh, it's really kind of it's kind of really kind of an empty hand for me. Do I flip her over? Nope, because then I'm not going to be able to make use of my bulletproof bell card. Okay, I think I'm going to be done with her turn. I'm going to be done with it. It's not a fantastic turn. Wasn't that great? But you know what? I am going to hopefully I'm going to discard some of those cards at the end here to hopefully draw up some more cards. Okay, let's see what Gambit's going to do for us here, because on his turn, I'm going to do his once ability action. I'm going to charge the card, and I'm going to add a counter to him. So now he's got 2 counters. So when I play an attack event, I can add to the damage here, which, you know what? My Royal Flush card is actually not that bad. Stealth Strike is actually pretty cool too. Stealth Strike says deal 4 damage to an enemy. If the enemy is defeated by this attack, remove 2 threat from a scheme. Unfortunately, well, wait, ooh. But I don't know if I have, I don't know if I have enough cards to play for that. Okay, what does this one say? Play only if your identity has the spy or thief trait, which Gambit does. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. That's pretty nice too. And these mutant education cards, I'm not really going to play those yet, unless you know what? I am going to do this. I'm going to play 3 of these cards. I'm going to pay 3 cards to play Royal Flush. It says place 1 charge counter on Gambit. So now he's on 3. And right now it doesn't seem like much. It says deal 0 damage, deal 0 damage, deal 0 damage. But before I do that, as an interrupt, I can discard up to 3. I can discard up to 3 counters off of Gambit. And that will increase the damage that it does by 3. And so if I discard these 3, I can now deal 3 damage to an enemy, deal 3 damage to an enemy, deal 3 damage to an enemy. So I'm dealing 9 damage to an enemy with Royal Flush. So I'm going to play that. And so I'll deal 9 damage to MaGog. So, and he's already at 8, so he is defeated. And as here says, when MaGog would be defeated, reset his hit points to 10 instead. So I'm going to reset him back. I'm going to reset him back to 20 hit points. So it's 10 per player. Reset him back to, he's kind of got knocked down, but he's going to get back up again. But it also says here we're going to place 3 per player rating counters on the challengers. So I'm going to actually put 6 counters on the challengers card. Ooh, where's my 6? And if I get this up to 10, I can actually flip it over. I can actually flip that over. I forgot that when he attacked, I should have put a counter on the champion. I forgot to do that because it says after he attacks and damages a character, place 1 rating counter on the champion. So I forgot to put a rating counter on him. So if he gets up to 10, that's going to flip over, and then he's got the advantage Okay, so that was that, and now I'm actually going to play Mutant Education. It says play only if you have the Oh, I don't have the mutant trait right now. He's on right now. It says Thief and X-Men. Thief and X-Men. Alter ego action. You know what? Well, since he's exhausted, maybe I do. I'll flip him over to his thief side. And I can play this then, because now he is a mutant and a thief, and I can choose 2 identity-specific cards in the discard pile and shuffle them back into my deck, which I am going to do. I'm going to shuffle Royal Flush and Charged Card back into... I'm going to shuffle those back into my deck, because they are good, and I want them to come back. I want them to come back up again. And here we go. So I'm just going to shuffle that up a little bit. And again, I'm playing with non-sleeved cards tonight. It's feels kind of icky a little bit, but my lighting has been a little off in the studio lately, and I've been getting some really bad glares on sleeved cards. So, well, until I actually improve the lighting in here. So I'm doing some fundraising by selling off some games in my studios and stuff like that, to hopefully get some little upgrade. I'm going to try to upgrade the lighting in around here. I want to upgrade my camera. I don't want to just always continue using my phone. I do want to kind of get a nice, better style camera, unless if things are actually looking good with my phone. If things are looking good with my phone, I'm not going to actually, I'm not going to upgrade that right away then. So, you can let me know if everything's looking okay with the phone, but I do want to upgrade things eventually. All right, that's that. Gambit's all out of cards. It's the end of the player phase, so I am going to ready any exhausted cards here. I'm going to ready those. I'm going to ready Rogue here. And I am also going to discard some cards out of her hand. I don't really need this one right now. And I thought I had did I drop a card? No, there it is. I'm actually just going to spend a couple cards here so I can drop a fresh up to 5 here. So there we go. Got a couple extra ones that I can use. And I am going to draw a hand size of 6 now with Remy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what did we get here? X-Mansion, Genius, Charged Card, Gambit Staff. He's got a pretty decent hand. And we've got the Team Up card too. Oh my goodness, yeah, because Team Up with Gambit and Rogue in play. I can deal 4 damage to an enemy, remove 4 threat from a scheme. That is amazing. I do enjoy that. All right, let's go with the villain phase now. So the villain phase is going to scheme. So add 2 per player. So it's going to add 4. So we're going to get a total of 8. So I'm going to put 6 and grab another one here for another 2. So it's got 8. If it gets to 12, we got to advance it. So I don't like that. Now MaGog is going to do his thing. He is going to come here and attack Rogue here. But I do have my bulletproof bell. It says when an enemy with touched attached to it attacks, I get to prevent all of that damage. So first he's going to attack for 2. We're going to boost it to 2. So it's boosted to 4. But I will interrupt that. I'm going to prevent all of that damage, attack, and gain a tough status card. And I am going to use my X gene. Since it's an identity card, I can do that. So I'm going to do that. And she's going to gain a tough status card because Rogue is very, very tough. So next time she would take damage, she's actually going to will discard the tough. I like the way that went. And so now MaGog is actually not going to attack Remy since he's on his alter ego side. MaGog will actually scheme. So he's going to scheme for 1, scheme for... Okay, no boost. So he's going to scheme another 1. So this is up to 9. Whew. Okay. Encounter card time. So bad things happen. Let's start with Rogue and see what happens with her. Obligation. Family matters. Treat the printed text box of each support you control as if it were blank, except for traits. Oh, okay. I don't think I have any supports in play. Alter ego action, exhaust your identity and each support you control and discard this obligation. So this is stuck with us. This is stuck with her. I don't have any supports in play, so I can actually probably keep that around for a little bit. Gambit's encounter card is Assault. When revealed, alter ego, this card just gains Surge. And Surge just means we just draw another encounter card. Which is Long Shot. Thank you. Oh my gosh, something's going to go right here. Long Shot is just going to come into play with us. He's going to come to play with us. So it says, Long Shot's attacks gain piercing. Long Shot does not count against your ally limit. When revealed, put Long Shot into play under your control. This card gains Surge. This effect cannot be canceled. So it gains Surge, so we're going to draw another one, which is a Side Scheme, and oh boy. When revealed, if the champion is on his cheering crowd side, place an additional 1 per player threat here. When defeated, place 1 rating per player counters on the challengers. And it's got these 2 acceleration icons, which means an extra 2 threat. Yeah, we'll put it. Oh, no, I can't see that on. That's off the camera. I'll put it right here. And it's starting with 4 per player. It's got 8. Count it up. 8 threat on it. Ooh, boy. Interesting. I'm going to want to get rid of that pretty darn fast because I do want some more counters. And I don't want those extra accelerations happening for that main scheme. Yeesh. All right. Player phase starts. Back to Remy, which, you know what, using his ability here might not actually be that terrible. Because it does remove a bunch of threat, or it has the potentially of removing a bunch of threat, because we get to reveal 2 cards and remove threat from. But you kind of want to be able to remove the last threat, because then we can make use of the Thieves Guild, because I can. Oh wait, what does it say? After you resolve. Oh, I get to remove 1 threat from a scheme. If that removes the last threat, I get to draw an extra card. Yeah. Yep. Okay, let's take a look at what Gambit has here, because he's got a hero action as well. Removes the 4 threat from a scheme. So that would take that one down to 4. X-Mansion. Genius. Charged card. My goodness gracious. When an enemy attacks, exhaust examiner staff, deal 1 down. Oh my gosh, I got so many good cards here. But I think the play is, I think I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back to Gambit. Here. Because I think Beauty and the Thief is a card to play. Here. Thank you, Thomas. It's a good problem. I know, but then I get locked into my AP and I'm like, okay, but what's the better option? What's the best bang for my buck option? And I think right now I'm going to play Beauty and the Thief as an event. I need to pitch 2 resources. So there's 2 resources at the bottom of this card. I'm going to pitch those 2 resources. I can deal 4 damage to an enemy and then remove 4 threat from a scheme. So I'll deal 4 damage to MaGog. and I'll remove 4 threat from a scheme. So I'm going to remove 4 from this one. So I'm just going to take this down to 4. Pretty much saying I think that one's just going to try that thing. That one's just going to go. That one's just going to, go off. I am going to use Gambit's ability and charge a card. Charged a card. I'll put a counter on it. I think I should put another. Should I put another? I'm going to put another upgrade into play. Yeah. I think I'm gonna pitch this resource. I'm gonna put Gambit's staff into play. It says when an enemy attacks, I get to exhaust the staff and I deal 1 damage to the enemy, which is always kind of nice. It's kind of nice to have. That's such a good one. I might have to just hold on. I might just have to hold on to these cards. I am going to use long shot. Yeah, I'm going to use long shot here. Oh, sorry, you don't exhaust long shot. Yeah, you do. What? Anyway, anyways, he's going to take 1 damage to do 2 thwart. So I'll do 2 thwart to that one. Right there. And yeah, I think you exhaust him for doing that, because he can only do 1 thing per turn. And Gambit, do you know what? I think we'll just exhaust. We'll exhaust Gambit to do. Also, we'll do 1 thwart on here. No, because Rogue can take care of that thwart, that extra 2 thwart right there. We'll exhaust Gambit just to do another 2 damage to MaGog, I think. That, I think, shall work. And then I'm going to save these 2 cards in my hand. I'm going to save these 2 cards in my hand for the next round. Now Rogue here. She's got X Gene. It's already been used because of the defense thing. Oh, at the beginning of the player's phase, it should have came back. This touched should have came back to her. So we do have touched that we can attach to somebody now. Now, if it gets attached to an ally, she gets the aerial trait. Now, aerial trait only really applies to certain cards that come into play here. Now let's take a look here. What did we got here? We got an upgrade. After you defend against an attack, take no damage. Draw a card. While a boost card is turned face up while its villain attacks, cancel all boost icons on that card. Deal 1 damage to the villain for each boost icon instead. Oh boy, that's a gooder. And I still got these these double resource cards with no cards to spend them on. That is such a bad, I don't know, maybe I'm just a bad player or something like that. I am going to use Rogue, who's got her tough status card here. I'm going to use Rogue to do 2 thwart so that this is dealt with. When defeated, I get to place 2 rating counters on the challengers. That's great. So now that's up to 8. And more importantly, this is now out of play. And I just don't know what else to do with it. I really just can't. I don't have much more to do. I don't have much more to do. So I am just going to stop her phase. I'm going to stop her phase once again. I should attach this to somebody though. I should maybe attach this to ally gets aerial. Hero gains stalwart. You know what? Just attaching it to the hero this time around. If I attach it to Gambit, then I can't be stunned or confused, which is okay by me. Okay, end of player phase. Everything gets refreshed. She's got her tough status card. She's got her X Gene card. I am going to discard a card here. And she's going to draw 2. See what I can get. My gosh, just resource. I just got resource cards up to wazoo. Gambit's going to ready. He's going to draw 3 more cards. Ooh, Professor X. That's a fun one. Oh, hit and run again. That's a fun one too. Okay. I shall do that. Okay, so now we're going to go into the villain phase. Oh, that's long shot also. Comes into, gets ready. Okay, so this is going to gain 4. And that's going to take us to a 9. 9 plus 4, that's 13. So this is going to activate. So we remove it. When this scheme would be completed, place 2 per player ratings counters on the champion and remove all threat from here. So 4 ratings are going to go on the champion. So he is now at 5 out of his 10 to advance. Luckily we're at 8. We only need 2 more to flip that over. We only need 2 to flip that one over, and then we're on the race to get to the next 20 counters. Get some more counters chip some more counters off of him. That would actually be really useful. Yeah. Okay. Where am I at? Oh yes. So I did that. Put some threat. He's doing his thing now. He is going to attack Gambit. He's going to attack Gambit. He's going to attack Gambit for 2. I do want to try to defend as much as possible here. And so we will do that. We will defend and try to, and just really hope for. Yeah, we're just going to really hope for that 1 boost icon again. So he's attacking for 2. Okay. Boost. Reveal this card. Attach to MaGog. After MaGog hit points are reset, place 1. Oh my gosh. So this is a bad thing that just happened. So it came out as a boost icon. So this is not increasing the attack at all. But we have to attach this to MaGog. And there's no way, it doesn't look like there's a way to get rid of it. So now after he's defeated, we have to put more stuff on that threat. So he attacked us for 2. We defended for 3. He's actually attacking us for 3, but we defended for 3. We took no damage. So I can exhaust the armor. Actually, when he attacked us too, I can exhaust the staff as well. It deals 1 damage to him. That's fun. Deal the damage. I can exhaust the armor to ready Gambit again. Whew. And now also he's going to be attacking Rogue. He's going to be attacking Rogue for 3. For just 3. Which is okay because she's got her tough status card here, so that just gets removed. So she also takes no damage from that. Okay. So each of our folks take no damage, so that means no more counters go on the champion card. We're sitting okay right now, but that's also until these bad thing cards actually happen. So let's take a look here. Rogue's got 6 hit points. Let's take a look at Gambit as first here. Okay, it says, when revealed, discard an upgrade or support you control. If no cards were discarded this way, this card gains Surge. Oh. Okay, well, I guess I'll discard the Thieves Guild then. I haven't really made use of it, so I'll just discard it so that I can keep around these others. And Rogue's card is another obligation. Well, geez. Reduce your ally limit by 2. Ugh. Exhaust 2 characters you control. Sorry. Alter ego action. Exhaust 2 characters you control. Shuffle an ally from your discard pile into your deck and discard this obligation. So she can't have very many allies now anymore. I think the ally limit was 3, so she can only have 1 ally in play now. Unless if I get rid of that obligation. She's gotten all the obligations. That's actually really quite rough. Alrighty then. So Gambit still has 8 hit points. Rogue's got 6. We're to the beginning of the player's phase, so touched comes back to Rogue. First player marker is going to change over to Rogue. All right. She's not going to be able to do much again. She is not going to be able to do much again. But I guess we can put this support into play. Oh, but wait. If supports come into play... because I got that family matter. So the support is not going to actually have anything. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Because I would like to have that support. That actually would be a nice one. It would actually give me a reason also to... That would also give me a reason to actually like play some of my cards. You know what? I'm actually going to do it. I'm actually going to play... pitch 2 resources. I'm going to play this support of Moriah McTaggart. Sorry, I needed to flip Rogue over. Oh, wait, I need to flip Rogue over. Ooh, wait. I don't think I want to do that just yet then. Just hold on. I am going to, because I do have these... Oh my gosh. I am just not getting great cards for Rogue here. Let's do... Okay, let's do it this way then. I'm going to use Rogue. I'm going to attack with Rogue for 2. I am going to then... I guess I could flip Rogue over to her side. When I do that, it says, after you change this to this form, set touched aside. So touched will come back to me even if I attach it to somebody. I am going to then now play down Moriah McTaggart, and I'll pitch my 2 resources. And... oh man, okay, so I can't... I need to exhaust my identity and each support I control to discard this obligation. So... I can't use that support just yet. I need to have her ready. So let's go with... Well, at least I'm going to get to draw an extra card this time around because I do need to keep these resources around for that particular event. So I am going to stop Rogue's turn. I'm going to go over to Remy here, or sorry, Gambit. Let's see what we can do with Gambit. He should be able to do some more damage to... Because I do have charged card here. So I'm going to use his once per turn ability to gain another counter. So now I can do 6 damage to him. If I so choose. And then I could also do... Oh wait, but I only have enough cards. I only have enough cards to... But Professor... Oh, wait. Let's read Professor X here. After Professor X enters play, choose 1. Confuse the villain, stun a minion, or ready an X-Men character. At the end of the round, if Professor X is still in play, discard him. Okay. So with Gambit here, who has 8 health and 2 charge counters here, I can attack with Gambit for... 2 damage. I can then play down... I can play down Professor X. Oh, wait, or do I want to play down Professor X? It seems to be really good, but Hit and run seems, but no, there's no threat on the scheme right now. There's no threat. I think charged card is the play. I think I'm going to play down. Play these two cards for resources to play charged card. I'm going to deal 4. Discard these two, 5, 6 damage. So 5, 6. That's he's down to 3. 6 damage. To discard 2. He also gains piercing, and that doesn't do anything for us. And I am left with these couple cards left in play. Oh, I do have and I still have long shot here. Yeah, long shot's just going to do another 2 attack. So he takes another hit. He'll do 2 attack. Oh my gosh, if I only just had one more attack. If I had one more attack. That's actually kind of wasted though, because I only need 2 more counters to flip this over, and this actually puts 6 counters on the challenger, so it's actually kind of overkill at this point. So hopefully I can just hold off on that for a little bit. I'm going to hold on to these 2. I'm going to hold on to these 2 cards. End of the player phase. So everything's going to get ready here. Everything's getting ready. And I can ready Anna Marie, I guess it is right now. And we get to draw cards, and I am going to keep these 2 to see what I kind of get here. So I'm going to draw another 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I got another hit and run, and I got Dazzler. Ooh, we're going to take a look at that in a little bit. Rogue here. My gosh. Well, at least I get the draws. I am going to be drawing 3 cards. Keep touched here. So 1, 2, 3. Ooh, her jacket, while touched, is attached to a friendly character. She gets 1 through it. She gets an extra. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's actually a pretty good card that we can spend our energy on. And energy transfer. Attached touch to a character other than Rogue, and deal 2 damage to that character, heal 2 damage from Rogue, and ready her. Oh my gosh. You gain each of the character's traits until the end of the round. That's actually really, really nice. Okay, I think we actually have we finally have a hand for Rogue. Okay. Okay, everything's done that, so we are going to add some threats to the scheme. We're going to add 4 to it. We are now going to have MaGog is going to attack us. Well, that's not fun. That's actually not fun at all. Okay, he's attacking Rogue for, right now, is attacking for 3. I don't know if I have any, do I have any defense cards? I do have this one. I also have this one, not today. When your hero defends against an attack, it gets... Oh, wait. She's in Anna Marie mode, so he's scheming, actually. So he's scheming for 2. Extra boost icon for 3. So he's up to... That's already up to 7 out of the 12. He's attacking Gambit this time. So he's attacking Gambit for 3. Oh, gosh. So now my guild's armor is not actually going to be as effective. My guild's armor is not going to be as effective. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm actually going to block that attack with long shot. He only has 1 damage left anyways. So he's attacking for 3, attacking for 5. Long shot is done. He'll get discarded into that pile. After MaGog, hit points are okay. Wait, but he did damage a character, so this actually gets an extra. That gets an extra point. Okay, and now we are on to encounter cards. So encounter and encounter. So Rogue's encounter is going to be the one with the breakup. Each encounter, it's another obligation. Holy Toledos. Okay, so the one with the breakup, it says lots of cards. Ah, hello, Vincent. Lots of cards I've never seen. Yeah, I am playing with I'm playing with the Rogue hero pack, the Gambit hero pack, and I'm playing with the Mojo Mania, scenario pack, taking on MaGog, and right now I got this sitcom encounter pack here that keeps dealing with alter ego action. Oh, each encounter card gains peril. Discard 3 cards from your hand and choose a player. That chosen player draws 1 card, and you can discard this obligation. So, oh my God. Holy Toledos. These obligations are just piling up for us on that side. And what do we got here? Treachery. Well, that can't be good. It says break a leg. When revealed, you are stunned. Take 2 damage. 4 damage instead if there are more rating counters on the challengers than on the champion. Oh my gosh. Okay, so wait. First off, it says we are stunned. We are stunned. 4 damage instead if the challengers have more than the champion. The challengers do have more than the champion. You may place any number of rating counters on the champion to reduce this damage by 1 for each counter. Placed this way. Well, then, let's think about that. We could increase this by 2, and then we would be even. And then, therefore, I only have to take 2 damage. Sure, I'm okay with that. I'm going to increase it by 2. So that we are even. So that means I'm only taking this. That means Gambit's taking 2 damage. So he is down to 6. That's a very nasty treachery card. Ugh. Yuck. Okay. Beginning of the player's phase. Comes over to Gambit. Here we go. He is stunned. Next time this character would attack, discard the status card. Discard this card instead. Blah. Well, that is not a great way to do it for us, but okay. Let's do it this way. My goodness gracious. Professor X would be pretty good to get out, but so would the hit and run. But so would getting okay, wait. I think this might be the play. I'm going to attack with Gambit. That's going to get rid of this stunned status. I am going to play down 1, 2, 3 cards to play down Professor X. And after Professor X enters play, I'm going to choose one of the following. I'm going to ready one of my X-Men characters. And then I am going to use Professor X. He's going to take a damage. I'm going to thwart for 3. 1, 2, 3 on that. I am then going to attack with. I know it's a little. It's actually quite wasteful. It's actually quite wasteful here, but I don't know how anyway else we're getting counters onto the challengers. So I am going to attack with Gambit. I'm going to attack with Gambit here. And that's going to deal 2 damage. So that is the last one on MaGog. So where is it here? When he would be defeated, reset his hit points. So he's going to be reset back to 20. So blump, blump, blump. Blump and blump. We'll reset him back to 20. Place 3 per player rating counters on the challenger. So this gets 6 more rating counters. So it's up to 14, which is way more than it needs to be. The challengers and deal each player 1 face down. Oh, I didn't do that the first time. we get dealt. We actually should have been dealt for face down encounter cards, so we actually get extra encounter cards next time. I did not do that the first time around. Whoops. Forced response here. After MaGog's hit points are reset, place 1 per player rating counters on the challengers. Wait, after MaGog's hit points are reset, place 1 per player rating counters on the challengers and discard. Oh, okay. Oh, without. Oh, I get to flip it without remove. Oh, wait, I didn't. Ooh, okay, wait. I never read this part. Okay, breaking news. If there are at least 5 per player rating counters here, flip this environment without removing the rating count. So you don't remove the rating counters. Oh my gosh. And so this one, I actually get an extra 2 rating counters on the challengers. I actually didn't know that I get an extra 2. Oh my gosh. That's fine. So then there are at least. So now I am up to. So now I'm back to here. So now the crowd is cheering for me. This is awesome. So now things happen. Forced response. After the challengers flip to this side, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a surprise contender and put it into play. Into play, engage with the first player. If it's already in play, give it a tough status card. Okay, so now we have. I don't think he's actually come into play yet. There he is. Oh gosh, he's nasty. With the first player, dang. 7 hit points per player. Yikes. With Villainous. After surprise contender attacks and damages a character, place 1 ratings counter on the champion. Okay. But what am I at here? I am at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I only need 4 more. I only need 4 more counters in order to win the game. Oh gosh, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here, I guess. So I guess I'll put this in play right above me. Okay. That was all the effect of just dealing the damage. That was all just dealing the damage to MaGog from Gambit's thing. It still technically are. Yeah, it's still that was that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was a big ouch. But you know what? I think we can do it. I think we can do it here. I'm feeling pretty darn good. We have to only just deal really 20 more damage to MaGog or find some other ways to put some counters on. And then. Okay. Oh, wait. And I get to discard this card now because I put the extra rating counters on the. Okay. I think Gambit's turn is done here. Let's go with. Okay, let's go with Rogue's turn here because my gosh, what can we do here? So I am going to flip over to Rogue. I'm going to flip over to Rogue here. I am going to. Rogue's jacket seems really, really good. It's an upgrade. And that seems really good. And energy transfer seems really, really good. Forced response. I can also win the game. So instead of winning the game by I can actually also win the game by defeating surprise contender. It says when defeated, place 2 per player rating counters on the challengers. That's 4 counters, which is enough that I need to win the game. So I'm at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and I need 20. Yeah, I can actually win the game by defeating the surprise contender instead. Okay, so for two resources, I'm going to place Touched on the surprise contender. Okay, so that's a minion. My attacks gain overkill. That doesn't matter. That's because I am going to play down for... I kind of want that, but I'm going to play down these 2 cards to play Energy Transfer. Touched to a character other than Rogue and deal 2 damage. So I'm attaching it to the surprise contender. I'm going to deal 2 damage to the surprise contender. And then I'm going to gain 2 damage back on Rogue. So it gets 2 damage back from Rogue. And I get, wait. I back this up. Back this up here because I need to do some things first before I can actually do that. I should attack with Rogue first, putting the 2 damage on him. Whoops. I'll attack with Rogue first. Now I will play Energy Transfer with my 2 resources. I will play Energy Transfer, which puts touch onto him. Deal 2 damage. Heal 2 damage from Rogue. And I get to ready Rogue. That's what I wanted to do. That's exactly what I wanted to do. And okay, and that's gone for the turn. These ones I'm going to keep around to do some defense with afterwards. I am just going to then just attack. I'm going to attack it again. I'm going all in on the attack on the surprise contender because that's the way I'm going to win. That's why hopefully I'm going to win this game. Actually, what I should have done here is I should have kept a card in play and played and used X Gene. Yeah, instead of pitching that 1 resource card for energy transfer, what I should have done is I actually should have just pitched 1 card and used X Gene for energy transfer. So I still saved a card in my hand, which I wanted to save is Rogue's Jacket. Hi, Alex. Welcome to the chat. We are playing Marvel Champions, and we're doing okay against this Mojo Mania MaGog here. I need to get 4 more. I need to get 4 more counters on here for me to win this game, and I can do that by defeating this really bad minion here. So hopefully I can go all in to do that. So I am going to, I'm going to keep those. I'm going to keep those ones in hand. Okay. Player phase is done, so I get to ready any exhausted cards here. Rogue is going to draw an extra 2 cards. All right. She draws an extra 2 cards. Gambit is going to ready here. Whoops. I changed his... Oh, no, wait. He doesn't have 6. Does he have 6 health? Yes, he does have 6 health. So I should actually only just have the 1 dice on him. And Professor X is going to ready as well. All right. Minion phase, bad guy phase. Bad guy phase. Oh, neat. I haven't played any Marvel games. Oh, okay. But are the die actually part of the game, or is this? I use the dice to track health and threats and counters, everything like that. That's the old card player in me trick of keeping track. I do like the tokens that they come with the game, but they become a nuisance. That's what I'm trying to say. What's up, Rau? What a marvelous March. Hey, Jesse. Holy crud. You're finally jumping in on one of these streams. Welcome, Jesse. Everybody say hi, Jesse. He's a coworker at my school with me. So, and I always bug him that he never jumps in one of these streams. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm probably going to start doing the same with my Gloomhaven. Yes, I do like, and they're just these nice little, they're these nice little chess X dice. They're really, really nice, tiny little dice. I got the 3 different colors. I like the yellows for the threats, the red for the health, blacks for the counters, everything like that. Also watch Mando. I need to talk to someone at work. Okay. I'll try to watch Mando. I'll try to watch Mando tonight after this. So I guess if we're gonna watch Mando after this, I guess we better get going here. Plays 2 threat per player, so this is gonna go up to 8 out of the 12. It's gonna go up to 8 out of the 12. And okay, MaGog is going to attack us. Where are we at here? We are on the hero side, so he's attacking us for 2. I am going to defend that. I'm going to defend and hope that the boost icon on here is only a 1. Oh, it's a none. Nice. So I defended all of that attack, so I can exhaust the armor to ready Gambit because I took no damage. That is awesome. Now, also this surprise contender is also going to attack me, and after what is it saying here? Okay, yeah. But I am going to use Professor X to block that. He's going to come in here. He's going to block that attack for 2. So Professor X is going to go away. After surprise contender attacks and damages a character, place 1 rating on the champion. So he is up to 9. All right. Rogue here is going to get attacked by MaGog, but I think I have some trickeries up my sleeve here, like oh my gosh, do I want to do it now? Do I defend with? No, I want her for some attack. So you take no damage, remove 2 threat from a scheme. That's not that bad. But you know what? I think I will. Bro, when a boost card is turned face up while the villain attacks, cancel all boosts and deal 1 damage to the villain for each boost icon. So I guess I have to be defending, but there's no way to restand Rogue after that. So you know what? I'm going to take the, because it's 6 out of the 14. I'm really hoping that I can deal a bunch of damage. Oh, I forgot to draw my cards. I forgot to draw back up to my cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I drew up hers, but I didn't draw up my Gambit cards. Oh my gosh. Charged card. Oh gosh. Okay, yes. Yes. I'm going to need to do that. Okay. So Rogue's going to take the hit. She's going to take the hit for 2 plus nothing. Oh, I'm confused. Which is okay. She's not going to be doing any thwarting. That's okay. She's not going to be doing any thwarting anyway. So she takes 2 damage. MaGog gets this extra counter here. He is now at 10, so this is actually going to flip over. So underdogs, forced response. After the champion flips to this side, each player gets to draw a card. Well, that is fun. And we do not, without removing the counters again, that's correct. So we each get to, whoops, that should have been a 6. We each get to draw a card. Oh boy. Not bad. Okay. Now we just have to survive the encounter phase. So here we go. So our encounter deck is actually run out. So we have to put an acceleration icon onto the threat, the main scheme here. We're going to shuffle up the encounter deck here. We just have to survive this because we each got 2 dealt because we dealt damage to MaGog. We're each going to get another 1. Ooh, that was actually kind of neat. Okay. Well, okay, I'm going to resolve this one first. It is an attachment, Jolt of Adrenaline. That doesn't sound fun. Attached to MaGog, MaGog gains Retaliate 1 and Stalwart. After MaGog's hit points are reset, you get some extra ones. So, luckily, we're not going to be attacking MaGog very much. And then what we got here? Oh, we got Guild Business. Give to the Remy LeBeau player. No, this is the obligation card. Exhaust Remy LeBeau and spend a lightning resource. Remove Guild Business from the game. He draws an extra encounter card at encounter steps. Well then, I'm not too big of a fan of that, but hopefully we don't last very much longer. On to Rogue. Let's take this bottom one first. That was the one that was dealt to us first. And oh my gosh, how many obligations does she get? Give to the Anna Marie player. If touched is attached to a friendly character, deal 2 damage to that character. Discard this card. If touched is not attached to a friendly character, place 2 threat on the main scheme and discard this card. Well, at least it gets discarded. Place 2 threat on the main scheme. And we got another attachment to MaGog. It's his Surge of Aggression again, so he just gets a little bit more extra once again. Perfect. Okay, well, we survived all of that. First player is going to move over to Rogue here, and let's see what she can do. Now, what was that extra? That was the extra card that I got. Going Rogue. That seems really okay. Touched comes back to her. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. If Rogue has... Oh, okay, so this is just removing threat from a scheme. Yee, okay. That wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be. I just wanted to deal damage. Okay, I'm going to attach touched to Surprise Contender again. If it's attached to a minion, it gains Overkill. That's okay. I am going to attach. I'm going to equip with an upgrade. I'm going to use X Gene here because it's a character specific card. Oh, sorry. It has to be an event. Never mind. Character specific event. I will then discard. I'll discard Not Today to play down Rogue's Jacket. And Rogue's Jacket gives her an extra... Well, it's attached to an enemy character. She gets an extra attack. So I will attack with Rogue to deal 3 more damage to the Surprise Contender. So he's at 9 out of the 14. And that's about it. Well, he has the on a minion, gains Overkill. That's not really going to do anything for this particular thing. So do you know what? Maybe I'll just spend a couple cards here. I'll spend a couple cards to play. Actually, I only need to spend 1 card. I'm going to spend 1 card and X Gene to play down Going Rogue and just remove 3 threat from a scheme. Just so I can draw some more cards on her turn. Oh, wait. I don't remove that 3 threat. Because she's confused. I just get rid of the confused card instead. Oh, well. That's okay. I'm going to save that. Okay. Remy's turn here. Let's do this. I'm going to put a charge counter on him. I am going to... Where is it here? Molecular Acceleration. When you spend this card, place a charge counter on Gambit. Yeah, that sounds like a fun plan. So I will play Molecular Acceleration because it's got 2 energies, and I'll play that to play charged cards. So that gets me an extra charge counter. I'll play charged card, deal 4 damage to an enemy. And I'll discard these 2 to deal 6 damage to that enemy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 12, 13, 14, 15. Surprise Contender has been defeated with Gambit's charged cards. When defeated, place 2 per player rating counters on the challenger, so I get another 4 counters. And that gives me 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. If there are 20 rating counters here, you wow the crowd and the players win the game. Woo! Well, that was kind of fun. Oh, that was actually really, really good. Playing the MaGog encounter with Rogue and Gambit. I really like round. No way. You just popped in to say hi and looks like a fun game. It was a fun game, mainly because I won. I don't get to win too often on Marvel Champions because I'm a horrible player, for one thing. But yeah, I think there's a couple things that I missed. I'm pretty sure there's, in the post-production when I watch this video again, I'm pretty sure there's a few things that I missed. One thing that I'm seeing for sure that I did miss is that I was not dealing Rogue an extra encounter card from this particular obligation. I know that these other obligations really didn't come into play for me. Yeah, because I didn't have actually any. Actually, the Rogue's kit was actually pretty good, but I never really got to because I had some really terrible draws. Had some terrible draws with her. I was flush with resources. Gambit's kit, on the other hand here, his signature cards are fantastic. Oh my goodness gracious. I can see Gambit with, so they gave him Justice, and you want to talk about terrible draws? Let's talk about our War Chest game. We're in a War Chest game right now, async on Board Game Arena with Alex and I, and oh my goodness gracious, I can feel his frustration. But I'm really feeling for him. But yeah, I can see if we gave him aggression cards, the one that deal, oh my goodness gracious, he could just rush damage enemies left, right, and center. But I can see why they gave him Justice, so that if you wanted to play Gambit solo, you could actually balance it out, because his signature cards would deal so much damage solo, and the Justice cards will help you maintain the threat levels on the schemes. That would be really, really neat for a solo, or if you just built him aggression solo mode, you just beat down the enemy before you even have to deal with that threat. Because Alex is asking us, I haven't used my little doohickey here yet tonight. He says, how much Marvel Champions do you have? Because there's a lot, right? Alex, there's a lot. And I own all of it. I own every single expansion, campaign expansion, hero pack, scenario pack. I have literally all of them. So I have like these massive, if you look on my, is it on Twitter? Did I post it on Twitter? I think I did. These 2 massive storage containers. These 2 massive storage containers that I'm storing all of the heroes in one, and all of the villains and encounter sets in the other. And I'm starting that it's filling up fast. There are a ton of content for this. I should never get bored. I'm never bored. Every game I'm playing is pretty brand new. Do the champion versus challenger mechanism replace the need to kill the villain? In this scenario, yes. In this particular scenario, so I was playing the Mojo Mania scenario pack, and I was playing scenario 1, which is MaGog. And for MaGog here, he's this big arena champion. And so there's these two environments that are in play. One that's representing the champion and the crowd cheering for him. And there is a card for the challengers, and it's an environment represented. And so you want the crowd to cheer for you. So every time that you deal damage to the bad guy and defeat him, the crowd cheers for you. You get some cheering points. And every time that he damages you and does bad things to you and everything, he gets, and the crowd just wants violence. And so every time that somebody does something really, really violent and defeats somebody or anything like that, you get counters on it. And the win scenario on this one is that you needed to get this to this side of the card, and you need 20 in this game, because I had 2 players, I needed 20 counters on this card in order to win the game, because I sufficiently wowed the crowd in this one. So yeah, it was a very cool scenario of not just, it's one of those ones where it's like, hey, every time that you defeat the villain guy, he is not defeated, just something else ends up happening. And then I kept the threat on this one pretty manageable and everything like that. Okay, so you still need to wound the villain, but he doesn't really die. Yeah, and every time that you defeated the villain, we got, in this game, it says place 3 counters per player. So in this game, we were playing, every time you defeated him, you got 6 counters on him. So really, defeating him 3 times gives you 18 counters, and then there's some other cards in his encounter deck that allow you to put more, like defeating this guy. Defeating this surprise contender gave us, in this game, 4 more counters to put onto our card. So, and I evaluated that was much better. Instead of dealing 20 damage to MaGog, dealing 14 damage to him was much more cost-effective for our game. I really enjoy Marvel Champions, and I'm so happy that I've decided that I want to say that this is Marvelous March on Mr. Rau's gaming channel here, where I'm going to be playing I'm going to be playing some more Marvel Champions later. I believe I've just been talking to Riley Stock of the Board Game Community Show just before tonight's stream. He's coming on Tuesday night, so this upcoming Tuesday night, and I was asking him, what do you want to play? And he kept going back and forth. Oh, I want to play some Marvel Champions. Oh, I want to play some Marvel United. Back and forth. And I think we're going to play some Marvel United. I want some Marvel variety for Marvelous March. We're going to play Marvel United, and we're going to play one of the X-Men scenarios of that one. There's the Days of Futures Past expansion that I think we're going to try out. It's got these gigantic Sentinel miniatures that are on the board, and so it could actually be really, really fun. I'm also trying to line up some gameplay of Marvel Dice Throne and the Marvel sets of Unmatched. I want to show off those games as well. There's so much that I can do with Marvelous March. I own quite a bit of Marvel in this game. So, all right. So then that we got people that are watching here and everything like that, I do just that's a lot of Marvel games. Dang. Yeah, I do. I'm quite a big fan. I am a Marvel fanboy. But even this one, this was this Mojo Mania. And like the Mojo character and this these are deep cuts. I'm a Marvel fanboy, but man, oh man, some of these ones are deep cuts that even me, I was like, I don't really remember that one. I have to look that one up. I have to ask though, just as people are thinking here, I unsleeved my cards. Was it okay to look at and follow what was kind of going on with I am battling this glare issue. I do want to upgrade my studio a little bit, but being able to see everything is everything kind of looking good, because I'm very self-conscious on my content, and I'm always afraid that I feel like that it doesn't look the best out there. So I'm just asking for some constructive criticism. Do things actually look okay on this one? Because maybe it's just old man eyesight starting to creep in on me or something like that, because I don't know. It's just me, because I'm looking at probably upgrading my camera here, because I'm just using my phone. Is just using my phone okay for the image quality that we're getting on the channel, or do I really need to upgrade my game? Because I have been saving for a special purchase in the hopefully not so distant future here. So I'm just gonna kind of just start kind of tidying things up here. I really hope everybody enjoyed the stream. Yeah, that's the glare that I'm actually kind of that I want to work on. I gotta work on my lighting here, which also is I have to actually get I have to get a better table. What you don't know about this table is that it actually has a big crease in the center right here, where it actually this side is actually sloping ever so slightly towards the light. So that's why I think these cards are actually leaning a little bit more towards the light. If they were actually just a little bit more flat, I would still get a little bit of glare, but if they were just a little bit more flat, they would actually. That's what I'm actually going to try to work on. I need to work on the glare on the cards, and that's just me having to play around with lighting. If we have any lighting experts out there, I might have to pick Vincent's brain, because when I played Ashes Were Born with Vincent it came across so clear. His lighting was absolutely like spot on. So I might have to pick his brain a little bit later. So, oh wait, it's tough for me to give good feedback because I know nothing about Marvel Champions. I don't know what's important. Like, I can't read any of the text, but the pictures are all clear. And then that would be just the lens. I know that no one can, like, but if I can do this all the time, and if I do this, you can probably see and read the text on the cards. But yeah, I don't know what the industry standard should be. I don't know what the industry standard should be on being able to, like, if I have the card on the table, do you expect to be able to read the card? Would that be a goal that I should have to be able to do? I don't know. And the glare on the left and right hand sides is too bad, but everything in the center is good. Yeah, I know that. That's what I need. That's what I need to really work on. Maybe I just need some like little shades or shutters or something like that, just to kind of. I don't know. Yeah, Lindsay, you said you have these 2 small LED lights. It's interesting. It looked so good. It looks so good. I don't expect to be able to read the card except for the name. Okay. Some other streams I watch have second camera that's much more zoomed in. They move component. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. If I get another camera, I could pull that off, because what they're using is just essentially as a green screen. They just have like a little cloth, a little green cloth off to the side. They have the camera on top of that, and they can just slide the card over top of it, and it's just green screening like they do on like the Weather Network or anything like that. So they just have a transparent background. I do kind of want to do that, but I need another camera. So I already have a webcam that's facing me right here, and I have my phone camera right here. Now, if I had another camera, I could actually put that off to the side here. I could put that off to the side, and I could actually have that. So, because I don't know if there's any camera qualities out there. I don't know if there's any camera quality out there that if I have top down that you can actually read the text on the card. That's actually going to be like 4K plus territory. Yeah, I'm going to need a studio that I don't need to break down every night. And don't forget, I also have to set it up every night. I have to set up the studio every night. And then now afterwards here, I have to tear it down and set up my wife's workstation again. So, oh boy. All these things to consider. I guess I always have to evaluate too. Like, what's my... I'm doing this as for I'm doing all of this for fun. Really, this is not an income job for me. I've got that. This is all the icing on the cake for me. I get to have fun. I get to play some games, and there's people out there, you lovely watchers, all out there. Come and watch me play games Tuesdays and Thursday evenings or whenever you can. That's all I can ask for. That's all I can ask for. I'm lucky I don't have to touch my webcam. Only one of my LED light. Yeah. I have to set this up in it. And then should I do this right now? Yeah, I guess I can do this right now. I can show everybody I can hopefully like zoom it out a little bit more. Whoa boy. Oh, here it goes. So coming out here. So there's my tripod. And I have my one big light over there, and I do have my one. I think I'm having to play around with the positioning of my lights. I have to play with it. And then there's that, and there's the laptop. There's the thing that's run. There's where the magic is. This is the magic right here. Of course, with my dongle camera here and everything like that. You can see my blue cord that hooks up my internet that runs into the ceiling and into the internet box. Yep, there's where the magic happens. And there's the play mat. And then I just set this baby into its little tripod. There we go. Kind of almost something like that. And then I can show you like my wife's work stuff's all behind me too and stuff like that. So hey, this is me. This is me. All right. Well, folks, thank you for joining me tonight for this Marvel Champions action. Verdict. I'm really like Gambit here. Like I knew I was going to like Gambit. I knew I was going to like the Gambit pack. I was not expecting what his cards could actually do. This resource card, Molecular Aggression Acceleration, that's actually really quite cool because it will pay for one of his signature cards. Like Charged Card. Where's it? I only saw it once though. Did I shuffle it? How many are there in this deck? Because there is there's only 2 of them in the deck. I saw it once, the Royal Flush card. That is money in the bank for 3 resources. Oh, and I never got my Rogue Ally. Well, I guess I couldn't bring in Rogue Ally because I had Rogue in play. All right, but I enjoy this game. There is so much to this. I could, if I wanted to, and I don't know if anybody wanted to see it. There's other content creators out there that do Marvel Champions way more justice than I could ever do. I have enough content that I could just make a Marvel Champions channel. That's what I could say. I also own enough Ashes Reborn, Vincent, that I could probably just do an Ashes Reborn channel if I were ever so inclined or something like that. I have so many games that I could just I have certain games that I could just have a dedicated channel towards. But like yeah, I could have I could do a dedicated Ashes channel, I have every single thing. I own everything for Arkham Horror, the card game. I could have an Arkham Horror channel if I wanted to. So yeah, variety is the spice of life. I do enjoy it. I don't think that there's only been one time that I've actually I've doubled up on a game back to back. That was Turing Machine, just because I wanted to make sure that I played with the correct rules. But I do enjoy showing off a bunch of different things. All right. Thank you once again, everybody, for watching. Whenever you've been watching us, thank you to everybody who's popped into the chat for tonight. Marvelous March is going to continue next week on Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday, we are going to be streaming with Riley Stock of the Board Game Community Show. I think that he's chosen Marvel United. I'm going to check with him after this stream, but I'm pretty sure that he's choosing Marvel United, and we're going to be playing that because he wants to shut off his brain for a little bit because he's going to be at a convention this upcoming weekend, which I get to actually say that I'm going to actually be in Vancouver coming up in 2 weeks' time for the Terminal City Tabletop Convention. I'm really, really excited. It's going to be my first con in quite a while. Oh, Vincent's chiming in here. If you do an Ash's channel, I would get 2 better cameras to stream. I would get 2 better cameras to stream with you. Vincent, we will talk. We will talk, because there are plans in motion with Plaid Hat Games currently. Of course, some people who have been following along know that Ashes April is going to be a thing coming up for the month of April. Plaid Hat Games is ever so graciously going to be sponsoring the channel for the month of April. They're even sending me some review content of some of their new products to show off on the channel. And I'm even proud to announce that there's going to be some giveaways as well coming up for Ashes April. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. It's going to be absolute bonkers. We're going to have a lot of fun. Vincent's going to be back on playing that, and I've already got some other folks. Rob from the Meeple Dungeon is going to be coming on. We're going to be doing free stuff. Free stuff. I was charged for my Ashes sub to. Oh, you okay? So you are getting you're going to get your expansion content coming up here soon. I am very excited. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for joining me this lovely, lovely Tuesday evening. And I'm going to say I will see you next week. Have fun, everybody. Keep playing games. Good night, y'all. It's been one heck of a ride. See ya.